All right.
Morning.
Yes. Hey Margie, how are you?
How are you?
Good. All right, we're going to do some yoga this morning. I think y'all can see me. You can see my mat okay too, right? I guess I've been having it kind of not so good, but
Well, that looks good.
yeah, we got full mat view, new room today. Awesome. All right, so go ahead. Let's settle in. Close your eyes. Oh, I got to mute you guys, don't I?
You mute us.
Jeez.
You gotta mute us.
Yeah, otherwise you're just too chatty over there. Okay.
Yeah.
You're muting. Go. Mute.
No, no, you're not.
I didn't mute you. I didn't mute you. Mute. Muted. Muted. Okay. Thumbs up, you can hear me? Yes. I think that's a good. Okay, what's that signal? No, you're good. Okay. Close your eyes. Let's do this. So go ahead, settle on in. And begin as we always begin. Take a nice big deep breath in through your nose. Open up your mouth, just sigh it out. Again, big full breath in. Fill up your belly, your ribs, your chest. Pause at the top, and then empty it all out completely. Go ahead. You're going to take 3 to 5 of these big, full, deep yogic breaths on your own at your own pace. Really feel your belly filling, your ribs filling, your chest. And with each exhale, feel something softening, relaxing, sinking down. Maybe feel your shoulders sinking down. Feel your face softening. Keep relaxing, sinking down. And as we're letting go of the things that don't need to be efforting, at the same time we're going to begin to bring integrity as we feel our sitting bones underneath us. And maybe you might even need to rock and roll a little bit side to side on your sitting bones to get yourself so you can really feel them grounding down. And then begin to lift up on the crown of your head up to the ceiling. I said we were going to be outside today, but the humidity is not happening. Just notice how you're feeling right now and what you're feeling in your body. It's been really hot lately, maybe a little bit more lethargic than usual. One more breath in. And anything else that you've been holding on to, just let it go, sink down. Slowly open your eyes. Bring your hands on down by your sides. We're going to just, again, take a couple more breaths in. Breathing them all in, opening up our shoulders this morning. And then breathing down. Breath in, lifting up. Feel your belly lift. Pulling away your ribs from your belly, and down. Oh boy, I hear all kinds of cricks in my shoulders. And down. One more, lift on up. And now what we're going to do, as we exhale, we're going to bring our arms down, and we're going to bring that left leg on, left hand over to your right knee. Tuck yourself right behind. And go right into that spinal twist this morning. So just as we were sitting tall, shoulders drawing down, and you can use that hand maybe to help assist you. Give yourself a little tug and deepen. Keep pulling your belly in. We don't want to wrench anything too much. Just a nice, gentle stretch. Feel that twist, that rinsing out on your side. pull that belly in as you inhale. Cross your right arm on over and take a curl with your spine right here. And you may even want to do a little bit like pulling, like gentle pulling. Maybe some swirling around side to side. And notice where you feel that in the backs of your shoulders, that space opening up between your shoulder blades. Maybe it's your arms, your side bodies. That little curl of the spine. And then notice as you breathe in deeply, that space expands and opens. On your next inhale, lift on up, leave your right hand be left arm tucked right behind, shoulders drop down. You have a latecomer to the cave. Go ahead, keep twisting, keep breathing. Make sure we got you. All right, go ahead. Take one more full breath in. Exhale, pull that belly in. Twist back to center. Grab your right knee with your left hand and then curl that spine again. And again, if you crave like just little movements, go ahead and do that. If you just want to be still and breathe into it, this is your practice. So whatever you want to make of it, as much or as little as you want to move. You want to lay in Shavasana all practice, go for it. Just really get those full breaths in and feel that expansion in the back. Inhale, lift on up, unwind your arms. Let's just take some shoulder circles this morning too, just nice and slowly bringing them back. And let's roll right on into table. From there, gonna loosen up our spine with our cat and cow as we started a little bit here, but we're gonna start stacking your joints. So those hips right over the knees, feet are on tops of your feet and press on the floor, shoulders, elbows, wrists all in a line, fingers spread wide, fingers pointing, pointer fingers at 12 o'clock. And then as we inhale, we lift our chin up, open up our chest. Exhale, curl that spine, pull your belly right on in towards the spine. Use your hands to press, get rid of all the air. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Through your nose, inhale. Open your mouth, exhale. Make it loud and audible. Inhale through your nose. Through your mouth, exhale. One more, inhale. And exhale. Take your left leg, we're going to swing it around back behind you. Flex that foot so you're on your toes. And we're going to take a little curl with our spine to the right, so you'll feel your left side body. Feel that all the way down your side, maybe into your hip, and keeping those toes flexed on your left foot. Inhale, bring it back to center and then cross your right leg over. Flex that right foot. Curl your spine on over to the left. Just your gaze is going to be right towards your back toes there. Again, noticing as you breathe, you can feel the space between those ribs, the intercostal muscles. Foot is flexed, soft bend in your knee. Inhale, come back to center. With our knees together, we're going to sink back into child's. Release your lower back. Stretch your arms long onto your mat. And then relax your forearms down so your shoulders relax. And keep sinking your sitting bones down towards your heels. Feel your breath on your chest. And your forehead should be just resting gently on the mat. And now bring your arms behind you, so your palms are going to be facing up and your fingers are pointing back, same direction as your toes. And just let your shoulders curl on down. Again, opening up our space in our back. Those full, deep yogic breaths. Bring your arms back forward, and we're going to slump right onto our belly, however you get there. Think y'all can see me? Yeah, good, all right. So we're going to open up our hips a little bit here, and we're going to start out with, we're going to do floor bow, but we're going to do one leg at a time. So that left arm comes parallel with the top of your mat. You're going to bend your right leg, flex that foot, and reach back with your right hand. And if you can get your ankle, your pant leg, whatever you can get, and just lift that leg right up off the mat. Flex your foot. If you need to bring your leg out wide to grab a hold of it, that's fine. Just bring it back in so your leg is still shooting, like your knee is in line with your hip. And then press your forearm onto the ground. Keep pressing your hand into your foot into your hand. Feel your quad, that big muscle at the front of your leg. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead. Release that leg down. You can bring your other arm down in front of you and just rest your forehead for a minute. Feel that breath on your mat. And then that right arm is parallel. Left arm comes around. Bend your knee. Reach on back. Flex the left foot. And then press on down. If you need to adjust, then go ahead and adjust where it feels comfortable to you. Again, if you need to kick that leg out so you can get it. And maybe as you get a little higher up, you might be able to actually bring your arm in a little bit more. Foot into your hand into your foot. Keep resisting. Gaze forward of your mat. One more big breath in. Exhale, release it down. You can bring your arm around. Take just 2 breaths here. Clear it on out. How about a big breath in through your nose? Open your mouth, sigh it out. Now lift up your head. We're going to spin our arms around. And again, if you need to, we're going to take both legs this time. So if you need to separate them to bring them out, just bring them back on in. Flex your feet. Lift on up, opening our shoulders, opening actually our hips, our thighs. The more you press back into your hands, you resist yourself, maybe get a little rocking action going. Those quads lift on up, your chest is open in your breathing. One more breath in. Exhale, legs come down, bring your arms down. Go ahead, rest your cheek on the mat. Notice if your heart rate just went up there. Alright, one more, we're gonna do locust now. So we're gonna bring our arms down. If you want, you can put your chin on the mat right forward. Arms spin down, palms face down. Our feet come together at the back. Hips press on into the mat. We lift up our feet, we lift up our arms, and keep pressing your hips down to protect your lower back. Inhale, maybe lift a little higher. Exhale, reach long. Reach your fingers to the room behind you, your toes to the room behind you. Create that separation between your ears and your shoulders. One more breath in. Exhale, come down onto your opposite cheek that you were just on, and rest. Big breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Excellent work. All right, let's bring our hands down to our lower ribs. Our tops of our feet, those shoelace sides of the feet are pressing down into the mat. Fingers are spread wide, elbows hug in, and we're gonna just lift up, take a little baby cobra here. Keep reaching your shoulders away from your ears as the crown of your head lifts on up. Keep dropping those shoulders down, keep pressing up. Breath in. Exhale, come on down. Reach arms down by your sides. Notice here, I feel my heart beating pretty good now. All right, one more time, bring your hands down by those lower ribs again. We're gonna take an upward facing dog, which is a similar kind of thing as what we just did, although we're gonna lift all the way on up, straighten your arms, soft bend in your elbows, and you can keep your knees on the ground, or you can lift your shins up off as you press your tops of your feet into the mat. Draw your shoulders back. Breath in. Drop down to your knees. Sink back, take child's pose. A little counter stretch for that lower back. Inhale, come on back into table. That's nice work. You think we're laying on a mat like, oh well, we're laying down. How hard could this be, right? We're all like breathing. So just catch your breath. Curl your toes under. And again, for those of you with wrist issues, if you want to come on down onto your forearms, that's always an option too. We're going to go into down dog. So just lift your hips on up. Feet are hips width together. Knees are softly bent. You can walk your hands to the outside edges of your mat. We'll open up your shoulders a little more. And our heels don't necessarily need to touch the ground. There's a lot of misconception that the heels need to touch the ground. Nope. Keep lifting your hips onto the ceiling. Draw your shoulders down away from your spine, away from those ears again. Belly pulls in. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, bend your knees. Step your right foot to your right hand. We're going to take a runner's lunge here. So gaze is forward of your mat. Keep drawing those shoulders away from your ears. Those shoulders tend to want to scrunch up. We want to keep pulling them away. And if you can rock up on your back foot onto the toe ball now so your heel is stacked over your toes. Keep lifting your back hamstring up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Again, breath in. On your exhale, drop your back knee, untuck your back toe, and then sink on back for a hamstring stretch. So flex that right foot. drawing back, gaze straight ahead. Go ahead and rock on forward. Plant your hands on either side of your foot on the towards the outsides of your mat. Curl your back toe under, lift that back leg back into runner's lunge again. And we're going to step our right foot back into plank. So however you get there, you get there. So our back should be like a board. Belly pulls in. Rock forward slightly so your shoulders are over your fingers here. Gaze straight ahead, neck is long. Breath in. Exhale, drop down to your knees, sink back and take child's pose. Nice full breath. Next inhale, rock back into table. Curl those toes back into down dog. However you get there, you get there. It's going to look different for everybody. Set your drishti, your gaze, right between your two big toes. Paying attention to this pose right here. On your next inhale, left leg comes forward to your left, out inside of your left hand. Runner's lunge. Try to stack your knee right over your ankle is the goal here, to keep our joints in line. Again, back foot, we lift on up the toes underneath our heel. It's like constant little adjustments. And I find myself, now that I've been doing this and I see myself what I look like, I'm like, oh yeah, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. Fine. You don't gotta do anything. Drop your back knee, uncurl your back toe, sink on back, hamstring stretch, flex that foot. You notice the more you flex your foot, the more you're going to feel that stretch running right down that hamstring. All right, rock on forward, plant your hands, curl your back toe, and we're going to take plank one more time. Really engaging that core. Breath in. Breath out. Drop to your knees. And sink on back, child's pose. One more breath here. Breathe it in through your nose. Open your mouth. Let it go. Come back into table, and I don't know if I can see by a nod of heads, or have we done side plank before? I don't know. We're going to do side plank today. Okay. So as we get into plank, we're going to come into plank, and we're going to just kind of rock on over so the outside of our foot is on the mat. And if we can lift our hands. So if this is like, you're like, oh Sam, what the heck are you talking about? Kathy's like, I just like an easy stretch. You can drop that right knee, and that'll be a great assist right there. So you can drop your right knee, lift your left leg up. So a couple of options, knee down, knee up. And you're gonna wanna stack your shoulders over one another. Keep a soft bend in your arm that's on that right arm. Kind of fun, right? They're all moaning at me over here. Okay, good job. Child's pose. Bring your knees wide onto the mat. Sink on back. All right, come on back into table, and I'm going to give you yet another option here. So if I'm on my left side, There's an option to put your left arm, your forearm down onto the ground, and to try it this way. So we can have our arm down. You can put your knee down. Something to play around with. So just breathe and keep trying to shift your gaze. Maybe you can even shift your gaze up to that lifted hand. All right, looking good. All right, come on down. One more child's pose. Inhale, come on up. Curl your toes. We're going to go however you're going to get yourself, just to the top of your mat. And we're going to stand on up nice and slowly. So, nice and slow. Let's bring our hands to prayer for a moment. Separate your feet so we're hips width apart. All right. Press those thumb knuckles right on into your sternum. Notice what your heart rate's going on right now, your breath. And let's slow it down. So a big breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Again, big breath in. Breath out. Eyes softly open. Bring our hands on down by our sides, our Samastiti heat arms. We're going to build our mountain. We're going to do some balancing today. Fun. All right. So from the ground on up, our feet are rooted down into the ground. You're going to, if you want to even give it a whirl, pressing your shins into your hands so you can feel that igniting. Soft bend in your knees. Your legs are fired up. Hips are neutral. So remember, not too far forward, not too far back. Belly pulls in and up. Your tailbone drops down. Shoulders drop down, crown of your head lifting up to the ceiling. We're going to shift our weight onto our left foot. Grab your right leg, you're going to bend your right knee, and you're going to just grab your knee right in front of you, right forward. We're still looking forward. And you're going to feel that hip just sinking right on into the socket. Leave that left arm right by your side. So stay here and breathe. Keep your right foot flexed. On your next inhale, see if you can open on up that hip to the right. Keep dropping your shoulders down. Hug into that center line. Great work. Inhale, come back to center. And release it down. Oh, you look so good. You look so good. All right, next side. So all of our rooting. Shift your weight to your right. So if it takes you a minute to get there and to find your balance, really like root down and find that rooting into that right foot. Right arm stays B. Left leg bends, foot is flexed. Keep it forward. Inhale. Exhale. Next inhale, open on up. Just that hip. So you may not go, you may think you want to really open, so it may just be a little, and it's going to feel different on this side too. So don't freak out if like you're looking and somebody else is doing something different, or the other side you're opening up more. Inhale, come back to center. Nice work. Nice. All right, let's bring it up, extended mountain, breath in. Just going to take a fold here, like a little swan dive forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, bring your hands to your shins. Create a long, flat back. Crown of your head lifting forward. Tailbone reaching behind you. And now here, take a wide-legged stance. Ooh, a little hip hop there. So as wide as your leg will go, your feet are going to feel like slightly pigeon-toed. And we're gonna just keep that flat back. Keep drawing your shoulders away from your ears. And then go ahead, put that right hand right down in the center, and your left arm is gonna just lift on up to the sky, and your gaze can follow. Breath in, breath out. Inhale. Exhale, bring your left hand right where your right hand was, just swap them out. Right arm reaches on up to the ceiling. Gaze follows. A slight shift, so rocking so you're more towards the toe ball bounds of your feet. You're not leaning into your heels. Breath in. Exhale, twist back to center. Now for a little core, we're going to grab onto our hips. Pull your core in, and as you inhale, lift on up with a nice long flat back. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to get a little more balancing here. So just as we were doing our standing leg raise before, lift your arms up, find your mountain, build your mountain again, right from the floor on up. Maybe lift your toes up off the ground too and spread them wide. Shoulders sink on in. Shift your weight to your left foot. Then that right leg, kick it on up forward in front of you. Flex your right foot. Inhale. And on your exhale, bring your arms back. Bring your legs back. We're going to fly like an airplane here. So your palms are going to spin down, like you're pressing on into a stack of blocks or something underneath you. It's going to lift your chest on up. Your back foot is flexed. Maybe dip your pinky toe a little bit more down to square off your hips. Soft bend in that standing leg. All right, release it down. Look at all you flying. Awesome. All right, other side. Actually, let's take a breath in between. So close your eyes. Kind of notice your breath again. It's quickened. Press those thumb knuckles in. Your heart's kind of ticking a little bit faster. Just do one of those clearing breaths. Through your nose, breathe in. Open up. Sigh it out. All right, inhale, lift your arms up, extended mountain. Shift your weight to that right foot. Bend your knee, kick your left leg straight up. Flex that foot. Spread your fingers wide. Gaze straight ahead. And inhale. Exhale. Bring your legs back, hands back. If you're going to kick a wall, the wall behind you, press on up, lift your chest. Soft bend in that standing leg. Maybe drop your left hip down a little if you notice it's up. Breath in. Breath out. Gaze is fixed. One more breath in. Release it down. Hands to prayer. Close those eyes. Y'all did awesome. Big breath. Exhale. All right, so normally tree is our go-to for balance, but I'm thinking we've just opened things up quite a bit here. So let's give tree a whirl too while we're at it. If you want to start in our Samastitihi, find your feet rooted down. Again, lift those toes. Spread them out. Shift onto the left foot. Right leg lifts above or below, anywhere but the knee, and bring your hand in to help you out. Maybe your hands come to prayer. Gaze straight ahead. And then maybe you grow your tree, or maybe you stay where you are. drishti fix. Find that one spot on the wall in front of you. Something just fixed, not moving. Focus. Inhale. Soften where you can. Exhale. And come on down. Take a breath in. Breath out. Arms down by your sides. Root your feet. Shift to the right. And take tree on the other side. Hands to prayer. And maybe grow. Just you do you. Whatever it looks like, it's perfect. One more breath in. Exhale, come on down. Nice work. Some of the trees had some wind going on today, I see. You're great. All good. All good. All right, I'm trying to think. Okay, let's do, that's what I wanted to do today. If you have a block or a book or something, if you want to grab that, we're going to do pyramid. And we're going to do a little twisting pyramid. So if you have that block, we're going to plunk it down a little bit to the left of the top of the mat. And you're going to step your right foot forward so that left foot, the block's right on the inside. And we're going to line up our hips so your back foot, maybe it's pointing like 11 o'clock, somewhere in there, anywhere it takes to get those hips square. And we've got about 18 inches or so of space between the front and the back foot. I'm going to inhale, and then exhale, just hinging at your hips, long spine, fold forward. So you're going to start to feel this back of this hamstring. If you can reach all the way down to the ground, your fingers tented, and that might mean you need to really bend that front leg too. So whatever it takes to get there, maybe you need to reposition yourself. Keep pulling that right hip back. Shoulders draw back. Now take your left hand to the block, your middle finger's pointing over, right up there, your fingers hang right off the edge. We're going to bring our right hand to our lower back, right to our tailbone here. And we're going to press on into our tailbone, reminding us to keep our hips in alignment. And then we're going to twist on open to the right. Keep pressing your hand into the tailbone. Inhale. Lengthen. Exhale. Maybe you twist a little more. Inhale, come back to center. And bring yourself back on up to standing. All right. Put that block on the other side. Step your left foot forward. Square those hips up. Really pull your belly in. Lift up. Inhale. Exhale. You can use your hands even. Guide your hips right on down. We can even stay halfway here. Maybe bring those hands down again. Bend that front knee as much as you have to. Don't lock it out. Keep drawing your left hip back. Shoulders draw back. Belly pulls in. Nice full breath. Right hand comes to that block. Left hand to your tailbone. Come up halfway. Inhale. And exhale. Twist on open to your left. Inhale, come back to center. Drop your hands. You can get that block out of your way. Hands to your hips. Use that core. Lift on up. Woo, pretty good today, huh? Time for the mat, I think, y'all. Let's grab the mat. Come on down. Do y'all have your straps? If you have your straps, great. If not, we'll just go along with it. Okay, if you got your straps, grab your straps. We're gonna go onto your back. We're gonna bend our right knee and we're gonna take our strap and just hook it down towards your heels, close to your heel as you can. And bring that right leg right on up to the ceiling. If your lower back's cranky, you may want to bend the other knee. And our backs of our arms are going to come right on down to the mat. That right foot's flexed. Just feel it sink on in. And then grab both straps into your right hand and you're going to drop that right leg down. Guess I'm not going very far. You can take your left hand and put it on the inside of your hip to remind your left hip to stay down and square. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, soften in your face. Maybe you can let that strap go a little bit farther down. Just let that leg melt on in. Maybe your eyes are closed down here, which is fine. Just make sure you're not going into your thoughts. Go into whatever you're feeling in your body right here. Take the strap, bring it into your left hand, and then cross it over your body. Make sure both shoulders are down. So you may not get very far. We don't need to get this leg down to the ground. But maybe you can tee out your right arm. The backs of your arms are just resting on the ground. And maybe you want to take your gaze on over to your right shoulder. Feel your belly pull in. Really those nice, full, deep yogic breaths here. Inhale, come on back to center. You can release the strap, bend your knee, and give it a nice hug on in, either the outsides of your shins or maybe underneath your thigh. Give it a good roll around in your socket. And then release it long. Clasp your hands together. Face your palms up to the ceiling and take a full body stretch overhead. Like point your toes, stretch your arms, and let it go. Again, big inhale, big stretch. And exhale, bring your knee in, grab your strap again, and oops, grab that onto your heel. Just take a moment here on this side. Be with your breath. Again, if you need to bend your right knee, if your back's cranky. Both straps into your left hand and then just drop that left hip down, that left leg. Right hand to your right hip. Oh, did you hear that pop? That was a good one. Just keep sinking. See what you can let go of that you don't need to hold on to. exhale, bring your leg back to center. Straps into the right hand and then cross on over. Again, that left shoulder's right on the ground, maybe teeing out your arm. Nice stretch all along the back of your hip, your thighs. Inhale, back to center, bend that knee, let go of your strap if you've got it. Hug that knee in, either your shins or the back of your thigh. Extend it long, arms overhead, full body stretch. Really pull your belly in, hollow out that belly. Let it go. Really sink yourself in here. So if your shoulders are really stretching, kind of just let everything just like sit on the mat. Don't go to sleep yet. All right, engage again. Stretch. Pull your knees into your chest one at a time. Arms come on over. And then we're going to just rock and roll a little bit side to side. And scooting back and forth. And then grab one hand to each knee, cross your ankles over, and we're going to just use our hands to guide our knees into making little circles, massaging out our tailbone for lower back. Did a lot of those back bends earlier with the locust and floor bow. And just massaging that out. Bring your heels as close to your bum as you can possibly do that. Good test is if you can reach your fingers back and maybe raise your heels. So we're hips width apart. Going to take a bridge here. Lift our hips right on up to the ceiling without squeezing your butt cheeks so much, but more pushing your feet right into the mat. Shins press forward, so your knees are pressing to the front. And it's important here to keep your neck, as I'm doing what I'm telling you not to do, keep your neck looking right at the ceiling, no turning side to side here. Option if you want to clasp your hands underneath and tuck your shoulders. Open up that chest one more time. Maybe you can press in higher. Lift your toes up, spread them out wide. One more breath in. Unclasp your hands if they're clasped. As you exhale, slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time. Let's bring the soles of our feet together. Our knees drop wide. Maybe lift up your shoulders and then place them back down. And you can place both hands here on your hip bones, maybe on your thighs. Close your eyes for a breath. And notice if your mind's wandering to what else you have to do, and just really be with what you're feeling in your body right now. Feel the soles of your feet connecting. The warmth, the coolness. Your shoulders dropping away from your ears. Bring your hands to the outsides of your thighs. You can assist yourself, bring your thighs on in. Bring your knees into your belly once more. We're going to bring our feet up to the ceiling, go into happy baby. So your feet take the outside edges of your feet, your elbows come to the insides of your knees. Maybe they're even to the shins, or maybe you want to grab your two peace fingers, grabbing onto your big toes. Whatever works. And then again here, maybe just some soft movements of rocking back and forth. Y'all did so good today, good balancing. And come to stillness. See if you can relax your shoulders down and away again towards the ground. Feel those knees drop towards the ground. Your feet are flexed, and you're resisting yourself here too, so your feet are still kicking on up to the ceiling. Your hands are pulling down. Good, hip opening. Next inhale, kick your feet high up to the ceiling. We're going to roll on over to protect your tailbone a little bit. You're going to sit on your hands, your palms face down, make like a little triangle underneath your tailbone there. Feet are flexed. Just a little bit of, they say it's like a reverse of a blood flow. Get our feet over our heart. So there's an option here. If you have a block and you want to put the block underneath and take waterfall. So what that looks like is it's just rolling on up. Keeping your feet flat. Another option too, if you've got a wall in your room and you want to put your legs up a wall. Some people like to rock on up into a shoulder stand. If you want to try doing that onto your forearms and trying to see if you can stack your shoulders, your ankles over your hips. All right, bend your knees, bring them down. If you've got that block behind you, you can remove the block. Walk your feet to the outside edges of your mat and let your knees collapse on in here. Open up your shoulders, palms spin up. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out, let it go. Again, big breath in. Open your mouth. Stretch. You can stay here, or you can stretch that right leg to the right corner of the mat, left leg to the left corner of the mat, and take Shavasana. So I'm going to guide you through Shavasana here for a few minutes. If you had any other poses, anything else you wanted to do in between, you can go ahead and do that. When you're ready, just lie on your mat and feel your mat supporting you. Starting from your feet, working your way on up, feeling completely relaxed. Your feet, the backs of your legs, fronts of your legs, then your hips, all the way around your pelvis, and then your stomach relaxed, your internal organs relaxed, the length of your back from your tailbone all the way up to the base of your neck relaxed. Shoulders, your chest, collarbones, each of your arms right down to your fingers, completely relaxed. And with the next few breaths, there's nowhere to go, nothing to do, and you can relax. circles with your wrists, circles with your ankles. Hug one knee on into your chest, then the other into a little ball on your mat. Some rocking side to side. And then rock on over onto your right side into a fetal position. And just pause here for a moment with your eyes closed. And really take in how you feel right now. Take your left hand, press yourself on up to a seated position, top of your mat, whatever's comfortable. Hands come to prayer, eyes are closed. And again, noticing how you feel right here in this moment. Maybe a sense of calmness that you didn't have before. Maybe something's opened up for you that wasn't before. Maybe a feeling of accomplishment, flying an airplane. Big breath in through your nose. Exhale. Carry your thumb knuckles to your forehead. And together we'll bow and say to one another, Namaste. Great job.